Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a fill on this extra long set of nails. So of course the first thing that we're doing is just going in with a pair of nippers to remove the bling, and then after that we're going to go in with the 180 safety coarse drill bit to remove the gel polish. And then after that we'll move on to the next step. But remember that whenever you are removing the gel polish, you want to make sure that you're using a drill bit coarse enough, that way you can easily get rid of all of the gel polish or colored acrylic, whichever one you're using. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in with the extra coarse safety drill bit, and we're gonna go ahead and file down the acrylic. And as you can see, this pinky was broken, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. So what you want to do is just go ahead and file off the acrylic, or file it down as much as you can. That way whenever we soak it off, it would be a lot faster. And then for the rest of the nails, of course, we're gonna go in and just remove the colored acrylic. And as you guys know, I always do a layer of clear underneath. That way whenever we come in to fill them in, there's already clear underneath. We don't have to do a whole new set, because I know there's people that, you know, they go in with the colored acrylic only, and then the next time when somebody comes in, you can't file it away because it would literally go right down to the tip, and most likely it would break off really easily. So they have to soak off the whole set and then do a whole new set. And I just feel like, for one, that's too much, and then it's also too much on your client's nails, because you're having to steady file their natural nail, and it could definitely thin out their nails. So again, we're just filing it down to the clear, and then afterwards we'll go in and remove the shine from the natural nail. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in and push the cuticles back, and this is going to expose the new growth and help with reducing lifting. Remember, you never want to skip this step, because if you do, most likely you will get lifting. And then also is just to make sure that, again, their full like new growth is exposed. And then after this, we're going to go in with the 180 sanding band. Remember, it has to be a 180 because you don't want to damage your client's nail. And we're just going to go in and remove the shine from the natural nail, making sure that there are no little shiny spots anywhere on the nail or the new growth, because you don't want to get any lifting. And then also remember that you don't want to overthink it. Literally just go in there and file away the shine. You guys know that our body produces a lot of oils. Those oils happen to be on our natural nail, and so you have to go in and get rid of that shine. As always, I am using the nail drill by Melody Susie, which is the scarlet one, and I do have a promo code, so I'll be sure to leave that down below for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have bought this drill and you guys absolutely love it. If you do, just be sure to let us know down in the comments, so people that are interested in buying it will see that it's actually a good drill. So as you can see, now I'm just going in and replacing the pinky. These nail tips I got from Amazon, and they're like super long. So after I applied it with the KDS glue, I just go in and cut it down to match the other pinky, and then afterwards we're going to go in and cut the sides, and basically cutting it into a coffin shape. That way it's going to save me a little bit of time whenever I start shaping it, and then also is going to take away some of that work from my hand, so my wrist won't hurt. But of course, following the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle to get that perfect coffin shape, and also blending the nail tip right in the middle. After this, we're going to dust both of the nails off, or both of the hands off, and then I'm going in with the JC Beauty Concepts primer. And then for the acrylic, I'm going to be using just a whole bunch of different colored acrylics, and we're going to do an ombre on I think most of them are really just going to be like the marble ombre. And then I know this pinky is going to be all blue, and then the thumbs are going to be ombre as well, but just two-toned. So as you can see with this pinky, since it's a brand new nail, we have to go in with the clear over the entire nail. And then we're going to go in with this royal blue. I place my first bead at the tip, brushing it down, and then we're just going to add more until all of the nail is blue and we have a nice coverage. And remember that with my color acrylic, I just apply it for the color, and then I actually build my, apex and my thickness with the clear. You just don't want to use up all of your colored acrylic. And then plus, these are not core colors. These are more for like just designs. So you have to encapsulate them. So again, just doing the blue over the entire pinky, making sure that we have a nice coverage, making sure that you clean around your cuticle area as you go. That way you don't get any product on the skin. And then also, I know just yesterday I got a question about how to avoid getting acrylic on the cuticle area, and honestly, it's just all about the placement. You want to get it as close as you can, but not on the actual skin. And then whenever you pat it down, it kind of spreads it out really close to the cuticle area, as you can see me doing here. And that's pretty much it. But you also want to take into consideration like how wet your bead is, because if it's too wet, then of course it's just going to automatically run and get on the skin. So it definitely could be a number of things that you could be doing wrong. But as always, it just takes a lot of practice, patience, and dedication. So if it's something that's not going right for you, during your nail journey, just know that with time, it's going to get a lot better. It's just all about repetition, because I know, with doing nails, it's always going to be the same step, prepping the nail, applying your nail tips, shaping them, applying your acrylic, whether you're doing the 1-ball method, 3-ball method, 4-ball method, whatever you're doing, it's always going to be the exact same thing. So it's just a matter of doing it over and over and over again. And you guys know that it's not, it's basically the same thing for everything. Whether you're learning nails, you're learning hair, whatever it is you're learning is going to be, a matter of repetition. And as you do it more and more, you're just going to get a lot better. So just be patient. Don't get discouraged. Don't quit. Just keep doing it. And with no time, you'll get better. Trust me, when I first started, I was nowhere near to, how good I am now, but it just took a lot of dedication and a lot of practice, and that's kind of how, I did it. But anyways, as you can see for this one, I'm just going in and doing the different colors on the tip. We're literally just kind of doing them random on the nail. And then for the back of the nail, which would be closer to the cuticle area, of course, it's going to be an ombre nail. So I'm going to go in with the JC Beauty Concepts Cover Blush, which you guys know I've been loving here lately. I do have a promo code for JC Beauty Concepts, so I do highly recommend it. And the reason why I like it so much is because it's not as runny. It keeps the shape, but it also doesn't dry too fast, which is definitely good for beginners. So I would definitely recommend it. And then as you can see, I am using the JC Beauty Concepts number 12 brush, which I really like. I absolutely love the color of it, and then I love the grip, and then it's really nice and flat, and it's a little bit bigger than the one that I was using. So I'm able to work with a little bit more product, but I'm still, being able to control what product I'm using. But as you can see, I'm just going in and applying the acrylic around the cuticle area, making sure that, it's nice and clean around there. And then now we're just going in and encapsulating all of that with the clear. And this is just so, again, we're building our apex. And then also that way, whenever we come back into file, we don't file away any of the colored acrylic. And then remember that when you're working, you want to make sure that you're watching, the nail from the side and from the upper edge to make sure that you have your apex, which is going to make sure that your nails do not break off. If your nails are super flat and thin, your nails most likely or obviously do not have an apex and will break off literally within that same day. But as you can see, I filled in the back of the nail with the JC Beauty Concepts clear, and then I'm going in with the different colors at the tip, and then I go in with the color at the back, which is the cover blush, and then I come in and encapsulate them. So I'm gonna do that for these next two fingers, and then for the thumb, we're just gonna do a two-tone ombre, which will be orange on the tip, and then the JC Beauty Concepts cover blush at the back, and then of course the clear over them. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch, and then I'll be right back. And then also, guys, remember that you want to make sure that when you're working, especially with colored acrylic, or really just in general when you're working with acrylic, make sure that you wipe your brush off a lot when you're working. As you guys see, every time that I place a bead down, I wipe my brush. Every time I touch the acrylic, I wipe my brush. And I know you guys see how I'm like, I know you guys see it because I'm looking at it right now. But just wipe your brush off a lot when you're working. Also, make sure that you're using good paper towels, because if they're not good paper towels, the acrylic is going to build up into your brush because it's not being cleaned properly. So I use the Viva paper towels, and they're really soft, and they absorb all of the liquid in the acrylic as I'm wiping it. But that, y'all, is really important when doing nails, because if the acrylic builds up in your brush, it's going to continue to build up and continue to build up, and you're not going to be able to have a smooth application, and then your brush is not going to pick up the same amount of acrylic, and then when it do pick it up, it's going to get stuck. So make sure that, again, you clean your brush off a lot when you're working. Alrighty, so I was wrong. So for this index finger, we're going to go ahead and, of course, fill it in with the clear. And then we're going to do the bright neon yellow at the tip, and then the cover blush at the back. And then for the thumb, instead of doing the ombre like we did with the different colors, we're just going to do a full nail of the marble with all the different colors. But again, for this one, we're just going to do the ombre with this color on the tip, and then the cover blush at the back, and then of course encapsulating it with the clear. Alrighty, so we're finishing up this thumb. So then next for the other hand, we're going to do the exact same thing, except for the index finger, instead of doing the yellow ombre, we're going to do the orange ombre. But other than that, everything else is going to be the same. Alrighty, so after we finish applying the acrylic, we're going to go in with the 100 nail file, and we're just going to go in and reshape the nails. As you guys can see, it's already that coffin shape, but we have to make sure that we go in and redefine that shape. So going in at a 90-degree angle on the sides and the free edge, and then just doing that on all of the nails, and make sure that whenever you are following the free edge that you're holding your file at a vertical angle, because I feel like you're able to get that more perfect shape that way. So definitely recommend that you do it that way. And also make sure that when you're doing this, you're watching your shape change, because you will be able to. That way your nail is not crooked or anything. And then also after I finish shaping them, I kind of step back, and not literally step back, but I just kind of stop and look at the nails to make sure that they all look good. And then after that, I move on to the next one. Or if not, if something needs to be fixed, then I go in and fix it. But we're going to do that on this last thumb and then the other hand. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in and file all of the nails. So I am using the fine drill bit by Pana, and it's the ceramic one. And as you can see, as always, I start around the cuticle area, working my way around from the right side all the way over to the left side, just going back and forth, and then also following the rest of the nail to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. But as always, you want to make sure that you seal that cuticle area first. That way you don't get any lifting. And then of course, if you're a beginner and your nails are still bumpy and lumpy, just spend a little bit more time on the rest of the nail. I know I've gotten a question before saying, like after you file the nails, why are my nails still lumpy and bumpy? And most likely it's because you didn't file the whole nail good enough. So just file it until it's smooth. And as always, make sure that you look at the nail from different angles, because if you just look at it from the top, you're not going to be able to see it. Definitely would recommend you feeling on the nail as well with like your thumb or just any finger, and you will be able to feel any bump, any scratch, anything, like any imperfection, you will be able to feel. That way you know when to go or where to file more. But most importantly, as always, making sure that you seal the cuticle area. I cannot stress that enough, but that's where a lot of your lifting will come from, is from not doing this step correctly. But again, y'all, going from the right side all the way over to the left side. Again, this is the fine drill bit from by Pana from Amazon. And we're just following all the way around, and then following the rest of the nail as well. And then as always, whenever you are using your e-file, you want to make sure that you keep your drill moving at all times, because if you leave it in one spot for too long, it's going to cause friction and it's going to cause your client's nail to burn. So make sure that you are really, really careful with that. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in and buff all of the nails, and as always, this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file, so make sure that you buff those nails really good. After we finish buffing the nails, we're going to go in and just dust them off, and then I'm going to wipe them off with an alcohol wipe. And then after that, the only thing I'm going to do is just apply some bling on the index fingers. And then for that, you guys know that I use the Soleil nail adhesive, which you can find it on her website, and I'll leave the link down below. But again, I'm using the Soleil nail adhesive, which is the glue. Apply that on the nail wherever I'm going to apply the bling. With my wax pencil, I'm going to go in and pick the bling up, place it on the nail, and I'm just going to use orange and the AB crystals, and then for the other finger I'm going to use the neon yellow bling, and then of course with the AB ones as well. And then I'm also going to use my AB SS6 and SS12. And then after this, we're going to spray the nails with the Hurry Up Spray, which is the spray that helps the glue dry a lot faster because it is a gel resin, which means that it's thicker than regular glue. So it takes a little bit longer to dry, but if you spray it with the activator spray, they literally dry instantly. Alrighty, so I'm also going to go in and apply some bling around the cuticle area on this pinky. And then after that, we're going to go in with the JC Beauty Concepts Gel Top Coat. And then we're going to cure for 60 seconds. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out really pretty. I love how colorful they are, and then I love this type of ombre. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNoDirty2, and I will see you guys next time.